Hi everybody, my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay guys, so I know you're probably wondering why the hell is she doing a voiceover to a Storytime video? Well, let me tell you. So, my boyfriend and I are not moved yet. We are actually staying with family right now because the lady that we were supposed to rent the place off of, she was super unprofessional. She wouldn't send over the lease and she could not have screwed us over at a worse time. Because since it was a 4-day weekend, nobody would answer the phone so that way we could go look at places. And I'm not saying it's anybody else's fault. All I'm saying is that this lady really screwed us over, so it's kind of her fault to be honest. Anyway, so currently we are staying with family and the house is really loud, and if I would have just done this video regularly, then it would have took me hours to finish. Alright, so I do tell these story times at a first person point of view. If you don't like that, hit the road. Today's story time was sent in by an anonymous user. So before we get into this video, I would like to give a big shout out to Model Ones for sponsoring today's video. They sent me their nail gel lipstick kit, which is extremely friendly to beginners, which is great for me because I don't do my nails. I think the one time that I got into a routine of doing my nails was in 5th grade when I finally let them grow out. But it comes in this beautiful pink packaging, and besides the fact that this is very friendly to beginners, it's also a great gift. Like, I know multiple people that I've went to school with who have went to school to do nails and stuff like that. This would be a great gift to give somebody who wants to go to cosmetology school for nails, or even just in general. So I'm gonna finally open up this kit and show you everything that's inside. So the first thing that we have is this cuticle revitalizer oil, and as you can see, I did mess around a little bit with this kit, but I'm going to be redoing them today because I didn't really like how these ones turned out, because this was like my first time ever using the kit. And I was super happy when it came with this because I thought I was gonna have to buy my own online. It comes with a UV LED nail lamp, and this one is actually pink, which I adore because I love pink. The next thing that we got in this kit is these 2 files. I'm pretty sure this one's actually a buffer. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I don't know. And it came with these adorable stickers. I tried some of them out. I don't know if I'm going to use any today, but we'll see. And it also came with this cuticle pushing tool. All I know is that you stick it on your finger and you go like that. And also we got a scrub brush for our nails. And this part I'm literally so excited for. It came with all of these adorable colors. I've tried the pink so far, but I really want to try like all the other ones. Like, you guys might see me with like different colored nails every time that I post a video. So in the set, it came with a base coat and it also came with a top coat. And can we just admire the packaging? Like, these are so aesthetically pleasing. They literally look like lipsticks, and the matte bottles are so nice. Let's see if we can do a little ASMR. Okay, so I'm gonna find a way to set you guys up so that way you guys can watch me do my nails. But first I have to take these off. But my friend actually went to cosmetology school, so she let me borrow her drill to sand these off. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just filed down my nails and they are looking a bit crusty right now. Okay, so after I've cleaned up my nails, I'm gonna go in with my file just because I do plan on putting on glue on nails today because my nails are so ruined from acrylics. Now I'm just gonna go with my cuticle revitalizer oil and push back my cuticles, just because I feel like it looks really messy whenever your cuticles show under the gel polish. Next, I am just gluing on my nails, and I'm making sure that I put enough glue on, and I'm also holding them down for 10 seconds just so that way they're not falling off throughout the day. After I do that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to file down the tips of them and just the whole nail because now we are going to put on our base coat. Now, please be very careful putting on the base coat because if you get even a little bit on your finger and you put it under the light, you are screwed. I accidentally had to redo one of my nails because I got the base coat on the side of my nail and the polish drifted over to there and it looked like I had a deformed fingernail. So after that, I'm just going to put my nails under the lamp that they gave me. These are all the pretty colors that they gave me, and I know I said I was going to pick a different color, but of course I went with pink again. But like I said earlier, make sure not to get this on your skin or anything because like I said, as soon as you put it under that lamp, you are going to have a terrible time trying to get it off. By the way, with this gel polish, less is always more. So this is what they look like after a very thin first coat. I'm just going to put on my second coat, and to be honest, all I feel like you need for this kit is 2 coats, because when I had messed around with this beforehand, I put on like 4 coats and it just didn't look right. Finally put on my top coat. I did put on a few stickers and I actually love how they turned out. By the way, put the top coat over the stickers, and this is how they turned out. I'm super proud of myself. This is the best that I've ever done my nails literally in my life, and I cannot wait to play around with this kit some more. Story time about how my best friend cheated on his girlfriend with me. Okay, so a little background information. We're gonna call him Gavin. So Gavin and I had been best friends since we were probably 4 years old. We went to preschool together. We lived in the same neighborhood. His grandparents were really good friends with my parents. And the reason why I say grandparents is because his parents had passed away from a car crash whenever he was 2. But that's besides the point. You guys get the gist. We were best friends for a very long time. And I always had a really, really, really big crush on him. And I would always try to like slyly mention it to him without just seeming like a whole weirdo. But I kind of got a hint that he didn't like me, because every time that I would be like, oh yeah, like I really like you, or like, I don't know, I would just say something that made it obvious that I was trying to tell him that I liked him, and he would always laugh and be like, oh, like you're so funny, like don't joke with me like that. And I'm like, okay. It's like he played it off as he didn't want me to say that I liked him because he wasn't into me. So whenever we were in middle school, he would always like have these little girlfriends, and me on the other hand, I just like really was ugly.
Y'all wonder why I always do this, man. It's hard waking up every day and still being fucking ugly. That shit get old. Like, why my glow up keep passing me?
Yeah, no, I just wasn't the best looking in middle school. I did not have my glow up yet. So I was not having any little 2-day relationships or anything like that. Well, during our freshman year, he was actually getting into relationships with multiple girls, and I was supportive of everyone, you know, like I wasn't like that best friend who's like, I don't think she's good enough for you, you know, da-da-da-da-da. No, like I wasn't gonna be like that. And even though I was supportive of every relationship that he had, like I would not say one bad word about these girls, he would still block me on everything and pretend like we weren't friends since we were 4 years old. Okay, so fast forward to my sophomore year. Over the summer, your girl finally had a glow up, and boys were asking me on dates, you know, they were saying that they liked me, da-da-da-da-da, the whole 9 yards, sis. Now, clearly throughout this whole time, I still liked my best friend. But to be honest, I tried to suppress those feelings because I was done getting, what's the word, low-key rejected. Well, he had broken up with his girlfriend. He unblocked me on everything. We started hanging out again, and he was asking me about these dudes that were on my phone, and I was like, oh, like I'm talking to some of them. And he went through every single one and literally talked shit on all of them. He was like, ooh, don't date him, he smells weird. Ooh, don't date him, you can't date a dude that's shorter than you, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, well, who do you think I should get with? He was like, I don't know, none of these dudes are your type, though. And I'm kind of just sitting there thinking, like, why would he be acting like this if he didn't like me? Anyway, so I started talking to this dude named Trey, and him and I had been talking for, I want to say, like a month, and I guess Gavin found out from a few of his friends, and he texted me saying, ooh, you're gross, da-da-da-da-da, and then the next day he literally got into a relationship. But weirdly enough, this time he did not block me on any social media or anything like that. He actually started texting me more. He was like, oh yeah, me and my girl, we took these pictures today, like look at this. And you know, I would be supportive, like I said. Like I would be like, oh, you guys are so cute, you know, da 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 da. Well, the one night, I want to say it maybe 2 a.m, he had texted me asking if I was awake, and I think this was on a weekend, I'm not sure though, but I said yeah. He was like, oh, like, can I come over? So he came over to my house, and he was like, I don't know what to do, like, I'm really stuck right now. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't have feelings for her anymore. I never did have feelings for her. And this was maybe like a few weeks into their relationship. So I'm like, okay, then why did you start dating her? And he was like, oh, like, you're so stupid, like, I can't believe that you like don't realize that I freaking like you. And I'm like, says, I tried telling you for years years that I was into you. So after that, I just told him to leave because I don't know where he thought it was okay to just come over now and tell me years later that he finally likes me whenever I've been trying to tell him for years. Like, sis, where is it okay to do that? Exactly. It's not okay to do that shit as soon as I get into a relationship too. So he ends up staying with this girl, and I want to say a month later. By the way, him and I did not talk at all. Like, we cut off all communication after that until the one day my family had a cookout at our house and his grandparents were invited and so was he. Well, he came over and we didn't talk for literally like the first 2 hours, and then eventually he texted me and he said, do you want to talk? And at this point I had more feelings for him because of the fact that he literally came over and told me that he liked me that night. So I was thinking about just risking it all, breaking it off with Trey, having him break it off with his girlfriend and everything. So I said yeah. We went and we talked, and he was like, you should come over tonight, you know, my grandparents, they're gonna be visiting my aunt, so I have the house to myself tonight. So I go over there and we're hanging out, we're talking, and he said, you should break up with Trey. And I was like, okay, well, I think you should break up with her. So eventually one thing leads to another. We end up doing the nasty, and I go home like at 3 a.m. that night. I wake up and I am blocked on everything again. So I drag my ass out of bed, I get up, I walk to his house, and I go through the back door because the back door like led to his bedroom, and I literally just start pounding on his door. And who opens it? His girlfriend. Mind you, it's like 9 a.m. Like, how are you gonna invite your girlfriend over after like us doing the nasty 6 hours ago? Make it make sense, sis. So she opens the door, and girl had an attitude as soon as she saw it was me. She was like, what do you want? And I was like, is Gavin here? And she was like, yeah, he's in the shower. Why? So me, trying not to punch this girl in the face, I'm being really nice. I'm like, oh, like, I just really need to talk to him. And eventually she's like, well, he doesn't want to talk to you, so I think you should just walk home. So then I decided to tell her what we did last night. And she's like, why do you think I would believe you? And I was like, okay, sis, go check right next to his nightstand. Because when I left last night, I did not have time to put on all my clothes, so I left my underwear by his nightstand. Sis goes over by his nightstand, and what does she see? My underwear. And she literally says, no, those are mine. Bruh. So at this point, I literally just leave, and I am thinking of what the hell I should do. Because 1, I cheated on Trey. 2, Gavin cheated on his girlfriend. That night, I go over to his house, and it was a school night, and his grandparents were really strict, so I knew that he wasn't going to be able to have his girlfriend over that night. I knocked on the back door, and I was like, hey, like, what the fuck? Why'd you block me on everything? And why is your girlfriend making up excuses for you cheating on her? And he was like, to be honest, you should just leave or I'm going to tell Trey what we did. And after that, I left because I wasn't going to ruin the one good thing that I had. Well, my family had like a end of the summer cookout type of thing. And once again, his grandparents were invited. And him and I hadn't talked since school ended, which was like 3 months before this. And I had Trey at the cookout, and he had his girlfriend. Now, I still have feelings for him, but it was just so funny sitting there knowing that she knew that I screwed him, and he would be pissed off if she told my boyfriend. But after that day, he invited me over the one night, and he was like, listen, I just want this to be friends with benefits. So now we are currently doing the nasty and just not telling our partners about it, even though his girlfriend knows what we're doing. Like, she found text between me and him apparently, and then she hid his phone and put herself on FaceTime with him before she left the one night so that way she could see if I came over. But yeah, she's just a whole weirdo. I'm just kidding. If my man was cheating on me and I couldn't say anything, then I'd probably be doing the same thing. Alright guys, so that is officially the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and to see when I post my next video, make sure to click that bell. I am trying to post every Friday, but it's not really working, and if you want to see more of me, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you want to send in your anonymous story time, make sure to click the link down below. Love you guys.